Very random, but that was one of those things that happened. Moving on to 28 weeks. Smells are pronounced. I don't know if this is a thing during pregnancy, but please tell me in the comments down below if this is something that you feel. During pregnancy, if there's like a strong like perfume or like a strong scent or like a aroma spray for your room, does it burn your nose? Because not only would the smells like bother me at the beginning of pregnancy where it would make me feel nauseous, but it would also burn my nose to the point to where I was like, oh, like I can't deal with this and I just have to like leave or do something because the smells just burned. And I felt like the smells were not only burning my nose but like giving me heartburn. I know that sounds crazy, but that's literally how it felt. And also getting up suddenly, it gives me the worst heartburn. So like movements, like, you know, if you're sitting down on the couch and then you suddenly just get up, or if you're sitting down on the chair at the office and then you're just like, okay, I've got to go do this, and you get up, sudden movements, I guess, of like shifting everything around would give me heartburn, and would also hurt my waist. Like at this point I was starting to feel the movements in my waist and then like in my pelvic area, so I can feel those, and it sort of was like, oh, it's starting to hurt because everything is settling in. At 29 weeks, heartburn is still there, and I'm starting to feel like my belly was getting like heavy. So at this point I could actually see it. Like before it would just look like I was bloated. Like that's why I sort of didn't really take pictures or anything like that, because it literally didn't look like I was pregnant. It just looked like I was bloated. And I'll insert a picture or a video of that right now so that you can see it, like 25 weeks and 28, like, you know, it just looks like I'm bloated. But it was like, all right. It just, you couldn't tell that I was pregnant. I feel like just popped and started showing. It's like my body forgot that it knew what pregnancy was. But I feel the weight, and I have more energy, and I only napped on occasional. So that was how it was at 29 weeks. I still had heartburn. My belly was getting heavier. I could feel the movements in my bones, and my bones could feel that sort of pressure, like there's something heavy that they're having to hold up. And then naps are occasional, like I wasn't really napping that much. And then 30 weeks, heartburn is always present. Like it's not going away. It's not an occasional thing. It's just kind of like part of you now. The lower part of my belly felt pressure, and then I could tell that he was like moving a whole lot more and definitely growing. And then at this point I think it was really uncomfortable to have anything elastic there. Like I felt like I just couldn't, because it felt like it was pushing on him, and it just feels uncomfortable for me. That's why sometimes I was like, I can't wear anything tight. Like I feel like I just need to be in dresses because I can't have anything below my belly. Like or above it. It's just, everything is just uncomfortable. I just don't want anything touching the belly. That's literally how I felt. My hair and my nails are extremely like thick. So at 30 weeks, I've had to cut them because it's just like they scratch like crazy. And then my hair has gotten like so much longer. Like I feel like I need to cut it. It's definitely grown about 3 inches or more since, because I think it was like here, and then now it's just like I need to cut it. So definitely super healthy. I don't know if that's because of pregnancy or the vitamins. Not sure which, but it's got to be one of the two. 31 weeks, heartburn comes and goes. So I've had some relief, thank goodness. Like it's not like just all there. Movements are still way more pronounced, and I can visually see the movement. So at 31 weeks, I can see him shifting from like one side of the belly and going to the next side of the belly, to the point to where if it's up and I can't breathe, I'm like, bro, listen, you need to get down. And I sort of like massage it to where he puts his foot, leg, butt, whatever it is that's there, down so that I can actually breathe, because I just couldn't. And I do wake up early in the morning because of the movements. Like somebody wakes me up. I feel like every morning at 3, I wake up to go to the restroom, and because of the movement. So I can already sort of feel that he's gonna have like a schedule, which Sebastian had a schedule whenever he was out, where he would eat at, like, he would wake up at 3, eat, go back to sleep, wake up at 6, because you know newborns are like in 3-hour intervals of eating if they're breastfed, because that's how I remember with him. Because I think that, you know, breast milk is not as like they digest it like a lot quicker. It's I don't know if it's not as filling. I feel like it still is as filling, but they eat a lot more often, I feel like. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. From what I remember, that's how it was. And I can already sort of see that schedule for him, where it was like 3 o'clock, I wake up, go to the restroom, and because I feel the movements, and then it's hard for me to go back to sleep, but it's there. I visually see the movements, wake up early, I can feel my hips shifting. So there's a lot of area in my pelvic bone where I can feel the pain, sort of, and I kind of feel that like a lot now. And I wanted to mention that I'm already 147 pounds. Like, what? I weighed 147 when I was 41 weeks with Sebastian. So I'm really concerned about myself because my legs are already swollen. So coming on to 32 weeks, I'm swollen all over. My face is swollen, my arms are swollen, my ankles are swollen. Like, I wake up with my swollen ankles because I've put my body through so much strain the day before just by walking from the bedroom to the kitchen or like even just standing. I feel like I'm already at that 147 is what I was whenever I was already at 41 weeks with Sebastian. And for reference, I am 5'2", so I am a small person when it comes to height, so my legs cannot take that much weight. I know that it's distributed and not even half of that is on the belly, but at the beginning of this, I think I was 26 weeks. At the beginning of this pregnancy, I was about 126 pounds. So yeah, I've like gained a lot, like 21 pounds, but which is like normal, I guess, but it's distributed, so it's fine. So my hips hurt, like I cannot lay down for too long, definitely cannot lay on any flat surface. It's difficult to get out of bed, but I'm like, it's okay, well, fine. And then I get all my burst of energy in the morning. So like I'm currently 32 weeks. I am having most of my energy in the morning time. By 2 o'clock, I'm like, I'm okay. By 3 o'clock, it's like, ooh, like I'm tired. I need to just not do so much. Like, I don't have to take a nap or anything like that, but I do have to like sit down. Otherwise, I'm going to cry at like 6 because I'm so exhausted. But with that being said, that is like a rundown. Like I said, I'm going to put these all in the description box below so you can read through them. Maybe put a time stamp where each week is at, but I feel like the video isn't going to be excessively long, so I don't need to. But in the meantime, let me show you guys my bump. So this is what it looks like with clothes on. So this is me, and then you don't see it till I turn to the side and you're like, oh, there it is. There's the bump. So there's the baby bump. I'm trying to get my hair out of the way, but I can't do it. But if I turn back this way, you can sort of see it rounded because of my shirt. But then here is what it looks like from the front, and I'm starting to get the black line here. I can already tell that my muscles have spread apart because you can sort of feel the belly go up when I sort of do it a certain way. And this is what it looks like from the side. So crazy. So anyways, this little man came out of nowhere. Currently 147. Whew. And I'm out of breath. Literally all of the time. Like, I feel like there's not a time when I'm not out of breath. Look at that. There's finally a baby bump there. And I gotta say, I just can't stop looking at it because it's like finally gotten to the point where it's like real. Because I feel like even when I was going to my checkups and they were doing blood work, the like nurses and the phlebotomy nurses and like all of the people, they were always like, oh my god, you don't even look pregnant. They're like, how many weeks are you? And I was like, 28. Wait, when was that? Because I think the phlebotomist, whenever she took my blood, when did I get my glucose test? I'm swollen, you guys. Like, my ankles hurt real bad. Blood pressure's good. Hungry for no reason. Let me find this. Okay, so the glucose test was at 25. So 25 weeks, like the clothing I guess I was wearing, I'm not sure. But she openly asked me, she's like, how many weeks are you? And I'm like, I'm 25. And she's like, you don't even look pregnant. Which is what I would get. And even when I sit down, sort of, if you're wearing a long shirt, or if I'm wearing a long shirt, no one can sort of tell. So now people are at work noticing. And then when I stand up, they're like, oh my gosh, she is expecting. Like, customers that come in and stuff, so it's fine. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching and being here along with me on this journey. It's so cute. So now we have about, what? We have I'm 8 weeks, so look, I can't deal. Let me go. Let me go. But I'm 8 months pregnant, so I'm really excited, really happy, and have, like, you know, a few more weeks to go. And hopefully these will, now that I'm gonna upload this one, I can probably start doing them weekly, because now it's getting to the point to where I'm gonna go to my weekly doctor's appointments. Like, before I was going once a month. Now I'm going every other week, and then soon I'm going to be going every single week. So yeah, hopefully that's all right and that's all good. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching and for following me on this journey. And I hope that you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful. And yeah, leave me comments down below. I'll try to reply. I've been really good about replying to most of the ones that I've had this year, so I'm excited to keep replying to comments. But thank you so much, and you'll see me in my next video.